Refugee Education Center was founded almost 20 years ago by a group of refugees who saw that there was a need for support for refugee children in their after-school activities. So they started our center to support the academic success of refugee children, and we have grown into a very robust agency where we still do after-school programming, but we do so much more. We have 11 refugee navigators. They are all of refugee background, and among them they speak 28 languages. And they go into the home and do a home visit with the family in their own language, and usually they are from the same part of the world. If you qualify for the lottery and you are chosen to be resettled, you go through another 2 to 3 years of vetting in order to qualify you to come to either the United States, Europe, or Canada. When families arrive here in West Michigan, if they have children of school age, they call the Refugee Education Center. And our refugee navigators, they're all of refugee background, meet that family in their home and help the family go through any paperwork they've brought for their children and assist with school enrollment. So we support the children in their academic transition to U.S. schools. We support their parents as they support their children with navigation services, and we also are here for the schools that they're in, making sure those schools are a place of belonging for the children that we serve.
I like to say that Refugee Education Center is a bridge that connects school and refugee families, which is a very good thing. We collaborate with the school by explaining to the parents and students the school system here in America, and by being their voice, also encouraging school to meet these families in halfway so they can understand their culture, where they come from, so they can support them in a quality way.
At Refugee Education Center, we've recently created a task force. They are responsible for taking feedback from other employees in the organization and bringing that feedback forward to help drive positive change in the organization. Rec also does an amazing job just advocating and working with the community. It's really important that we involve community, including our volunteers. They're very important to our program in order to keep the organization moving forward in a positive direction.
My experience at the Refugee Education Center started in 2021, I think. Sophomore year of college, I just felt like I wanted to give back to my community, and I'm first gen myself, so I was raised with both Farsi and Arabic. So kind of when I was growing up, mixing a third language into that was really hard for me. So I was put into resource room classes and speech therapy and stuff like that. And it always kind of made me feel like there was something wrong, And so I decided that I wanted to help kids who are going through the same thing that I went through. Kids, no matter where they come from, what language they speak, should have equal opportunity to the same opportunities we all have.
I believe mutuality runs through all of our values. I believe you can see it reflected in community, equity, and integrity. But also really it speaks to how we do our work. So when we work with our refugee children and their families, it is a very mutual relationship we have with them.
I love Refugee Education Center. I didn't know about a Refugee Education Center because I would have bring all my kids here. I tell parents, take your kids. There's so much things, open doors for children. I see that what it does to our kids, the early stage of learning, I've seen the difference, and I can testify that I praise it. I love it. When I walk in the morning, it doesn't matter what is going through, just seeing those little smiles in their faces. I feel like I did something, and I love that. I know I contributed something to that baby's life that day. So
We recently were part of an RFP process to potentially run an early learning center in a neighborhood where there's some major investment happening right now. So Boston Square is a neighborhood that has traditionally been underinvested by everyone, the city, the community, even funders. And within the last few years, there's been a major focus and investment to revitalize that part of our city. When the neighbors were asked, what do you want? What's the first thing you want built in your neighborhood? They said healthcare, an early childhood center, and a community center. And so there's a building going up right now called Hub 07. And on one end of the building is healthcare, Corewell Health. In the middle of the building is all community space. And on the other end of the building is an early childhood center. In our new center, we will be able to serve 72 children. And those children will primarily be from the Boston Square neighborhood. We need you more than ever right now. You can pay attention to news, but make sure that it's factual. You also can support those of us in the ecosystem who will be in a more vulnerable place because our funding will be affected. And we'd love your financial support. We'd love your support as a volunteer. Our programs run on volunteers. We'd love donations of goods and services. We have a website you can go to, www.refugeeeducationcenter.org.